Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. I have here in my shop today my friend's 2017 Tacoma. This one is 4-wheel drive and has a relatively high miles, 141,000 miles, right, in 3 years. So he's driving a lot and he brought it here for a bunch of inspections and diagnostics. The first one, he says there is a loud noise coming from the vents when either heater or AC or whatever, just blower, it's running. So let's go and see what's happening with it. And this is definitely super cool and impressive Tacoma. Look at this. Look how long it is, right? Definitely he's very happy with it. This is a great friend to drive around, right? Look at the interior. Beautiful, right? Beautiful leather steering wheel. Look at that mileage and the engine start button. So here are the keys and let's see if we can duplicate the problem. Keys are close enough, I believe. Let's see if I push the start, how far it will go, what it does, right? Push it second time. Now all the stuff it's on. I can try the condition, but maybe it's better just start the engine, not to run down his battery. Right, nice, you heard it. And let's see what he means. Some noise from the vents, right? That's kind of what he texted me before he dropped it off. The vents. So here is the blower. Nothing. Oh. Oh. Do you hear that? But it doesn't sound like from the vents. It sounds like from the blower motor, don't you think? It's crazy. Let's shut it off before we will damage something. Okay, let's go and see what's happening here. And we heard the sound, but also we know where the blower motor assembly, right, where the whole unit is. So it's on the passenger side. It's basically underneath the glove box, right, or underneath the cabin air filter. How to get there? I will have to remove all this stuff. So let's go for it. Here you hopefully can see inside, right? If you want to get to the cabin air filter, you have to first deal with these shelves. So I lifted this side up and then move it this way, right? To get rid of the shelf. Now you can see the cover, right? So it actually says slide up. Just pay attention, Peter. Right here, and look at that. You can already see that cabin air filter housing. So let's squeeze those, right? This is the cover, and we can see here it's full of dirt, leaves and so on, but that's not what we are interested in. We are interested in the blower which is inside. Once again, this is the condition of the cabin air filter, so definitely I will recommend him to replace that. And do you see the blower? Let's take the light. I thought there will be a huge play in it, right? Do you see it? Let me zoom on it. This is basically the blower. So first thing, I put my hand there. I wanted to see some play in it, but so far there's absolutely none. So what is creating that terrible sound? So I have put ignition on, right? Because I cannot feel any debris. You will think something made past, right? Some object like a nut or something was drawn inside, right? And it will be rattling there. So let's go see the ignition on carefully. Oh, and look at it. So that means I didn't feel any play on that bearing, but it looks like that fan actually separated from that motor, and it's just rumbling there. So let's shut it off completely, the vehicle, so I can reach there again. Can I lift it? Oh yeah, look at it. I'm sorry, I would like to film it for you better, but look, it's coming up. This whole thing is loose up and down. This is probably best I can show you, because the axis, do you see it? And that's what's causing that terrible sound. So we will have to go ahead and do the removal of this unit, which is actually from underneath there. You already see it. Working at the dealer in past, I remember there was even a recall, right? But I'm talking about the year 2013. That's why I remember Tacomas had a noisy fan, that whole assembly. We were replacing it, right? On certain vehicles there was bad batch of it. Here I'm not sure if he still has a warranty. I believe he said he's out of warranty, and I'm not sure if there's any recall on this one, but let's go and remove it. I cleaned this area for myself, and I will be able to show you that blower motor assembly, right? So this is the wire which needs to be unclipped from it, right? Using one hand, it's never the same like two hands, right? So even these bolts, do you see one of them, the one in the front? I remember that unusual socket, right? It's right there. It's 3 of them, and it's a 5.5 millimeter socket. I removed the other 2, and you will see when you remove the last one. Again, I shouldn't be holding that camcorder. Basically, that blower falls down in your hand, right? Do you see it? Here we go. So it's hanging on the other wire, and as I said, it was just another wire hanger right there. It was here, right? So this is what I separated, unclipped that wire, and this whole unit was free. Now this falls apart because that was held by the self-tapping 3 screws. You saw them, right, being removed, 5.5 millimeter. Here is that electric connector, but the problem is here. Look at that fan housing, right? That whole fan is cracked, therefore all the way up to here. Therefore it's not staying on the shaft, which I didn't catch immediately. I was just checking for the plate, which somehow was smaller. It was like this, right? Little. But look, if I try to wiggle it out, it actually lets me to separate the motor, which is okay, from the fan. So that's too bad. I don't think you can buy this fan blade. I'm afraid he will need to buy the whole unit. But I will go check, obviously, if this could be purchased separately. We will see. I will also try to check if there is any recall on it, right? But as he told me, his warranty is out, and so I called my supplier, and their price was approximately $130 for the whole thing. They don't sell this wheel separately, right? So if I don't want to try to gluing it together and it will fall apart anyway later, right? That will be a nonsense. It's the whole unit. Now it's interesting news coming right now, right? That was 120, 130 aftermarket. I, as usually, called a Toyota dealer and check if there is a recall. So the guy said no, there's no bulletin attached to it. So he remembered it was on the old ones, as I mentioned, right? I did so many of them. But now comes the price, and the price from Toyota, right, was incredible. It was approximately $65. So basically half price than the aftermarket. He said he will order it. It's overnight, right, and it will be here tomorrow. So for this friend, I will just leave it open. He will probably pick up this truck today, but I will just leave it open, and you saw how easy it is installed, right? 3 5.5 millimeter bolts from underneath. you clip one line, you connect the other line, and the whole thing is installed. I will also make sure he replaces that cabin air filter. So hopefully you find this episode and this video interesting, right? This is how you diagnose this, this is how you remove it and basically replace. Now you know the prices, you don't need to waste your time if this will happen to you. Thanks for watching and be subscribed. I will still try to film more stuff on this truck today for you. See you later, my friend.